This is a SandyBoy Productions podcast.
Welcome to the Urban Pharmacy Podcast, where we help women remove the overwhelm of living their most holistic life. This is the place to find evidence-based nutrition tactics, healthy lifestyle and wellness tips, abundance mindset, and easily implementable low-tox living strategies so you can rise up to your full potential and protect your family's health. I'm your host, Stacey Heine, certified holistic nutritionist and better living advocate. Now, let's get empowered with some simple swaps that make a big impact for optimal wellness.
Well, hello, dear friend. I hope that you are having the best day ever. It's me, Stacey, the gal behind the microphone. I have been a little MIA, and there's just been so much going on in my life that I have not been able to keep up with the podcast. So I am here to give you a little bit of a hello and also a little bit about my backstory and to tell you about what I have been up to and a little about the future of where the urban pharmacy is going. So let's start off by letting you know just kind of what's been going on in my life and give you a little update there. So I've just been spending time with Cohen this summer. He's actually been in summer camp a lot as well. Cohen is our 5-year-old son, and he is really enjoying himself this summer. We're gearing up to get back into co-op because we do kind of a hybrid homeschool situation. And he is also going to be starting something called Forest School this year, which is really awesome. Actually, the kids spend the entire time outside and regardless of the weather. So if it's snowing, they build a fire, or if it's raining, they go under shelter like trees, etc. It's a really cool concept, and I'm very excited for him and for his mind benefits that he will get from it. And of course, the boost in his immune system, because being outside is wonderful for the immune system. So gearing up for that. It is currently the end of July in the summer in the Midwest, and I have been canning so much food. You might not know, but me and my husband have a farm and we grow organic produce to sell at 2 farmers markets and a local delivery service that carries local goods. So Kyle has been busy with that in addition to his full-time job that he has. And I have been preserving all of the food that might be left over from the farmer's market and the food that he specifically grows so that we can have produce for the winter canned up and the flavor just locks in. There's nothing better than opening a can of tomato sauce or stewed tomato and basil with farm garlic in the middle of the freezing cold winter here in Indiana. So super thankful for all of that. It has been consuming so much of my time. And in addition to that, I have been launching and serving the clients in my brand new program called Holistic Mama Society. And if you have not checked that out yet, I highly suggest that you do. If you are a woman who is ready to take control of her wellness once and for all, who needs positive and abundance mindset help, who wants to transition more toward a plant-based eating, who wants to reduce their toxins and just feel better and be in a community that is uplifting and inspiring and walking along this holistic wellness journey together, then you really need to click on the show notes in the link for Holistic Mama Society and join us on the other side. I am guiding you through all of these concepts, and we really do focus on the 5 main pillars within my brand, The Urban Pharmacy, which are belief system, honoring earth, mind-body connection, body nourishment, and success environment. So make sure that you look at the details. If you have any questions, I'm here to help you. You can message me on Instagram, or you can simply text me at 317-520-2320. That is my business line. You cannot call that number, but you can text it. And I would be happy to set up a call. I'll actually drop a link down in the show notes as well, so that you can schedule a call, a 15 minutes wellness chat, to see if joining the society would make sense for you. I've also been working with my one-on-one clients with my 12-week one-on-one mentorship, and that has been taking my time. So I have not been able to be here on the podcast, and that is okay. I've basically taken a summer break and taken a step back. And in addition to that, I have been kind of just feeling a little bit off. I don't know about you, but the world these days is pretty upsetting. There's a lot of polarization going on in the world. A lot of people are distracted from the news. There's a lot of division and a lot of negativity. And I think a lot of that has been weighing on me. And I also did get some blood tests done. I do this yearly, and this will kind of tie into the story that I'm going to share with you about my past here in this episode. But if you don't know, I do have acute hypothyroidism. And so basically what that means is that they do not think it's an autoimmune issue. However, I do struggle with the symptoms of hypothyroidism, which are sluggishness and tiredness, and sometimes dry nails, dry brittle hair, dry skin, temperature regulation issues. And so that is something that I deal with. And I do take a hormone replacement for that. And I actually this summer went to a nutrition conference, which I take part in multiple times, typically per year. But I actually found a new organization called the National Health Association, which I am so thankful for, because they are not only plant exclusive, whole food, plant-based, which is the lifestyle that I've been living for now more than 12 years. But they are also free of added sugar, salt, and oil, basically what they would call an SOS-free lifestyle. And that is the way that we have been living for now over 2 years. Not only do we eat whole food plants exclusively, but we also removed the excessive and additional salt, oil, and sugar from our diet. And I can't tell you, I really have felt a lot better. And so has Kyle. And we just feel a lot less stimulated, a lot less stressed in our body, no excessive sodium, causing, raise of blood pressure, and just all of the things like the oil that makes us feel heavy, etc. It's been a really amazing change. But that brings me to the point that when I was at this conference, several doctors that I spoke with were telling me about the hormone replacement that I'm on, which currently, or that I was on, which was levothyroxine or Synthroid. And they told me that I really should consider getting on the more natural supplementation, which is Armour Thyroid. And so I decided to make that switch. And it has been quite hard for me, just kind of navigating how I feel as I have transitioned that hormone replacement. And the reason why I did switch is because Synthroid and levothyroxine can cause heart issues and cause also the loss of bone density. So I wanted to make sure it can kind of pull calcium from your bones. So I just wanted to make sure that I was protecting myself as I navigate through this thyroid journey on my way to living a better life and healing. So I did that, and I've just been really tired, to be honest with you. It's been a lot of brain fog, and that, happens. And in addition to that, I've had COVID multiple times. And also, our son Cohen came home from co-op at the end of May in 2022. And he had a cough and like a pink eye on that day. So we were like, okay, obviously we're not sending him back to co-op for the next several days at least. And he had this really bad cough and he got over it, but Kyle and I both got it. And we had this terrible cough for weeks. And we took COVID tests. We were negative for that. And truth be told, I mean, you're listening to the Urban Pharmacy podcast here, and what I try to teach you is to live a more natural life, right? To not have to rely on pharmaceutical medication all the time, and to find more natural solutions, and to, protect our bodies from the burden of toxins. But Kyle and I actually had to both get on antibiotic, and it could have been a viral issue, yes, whereas an antibiotic would not have helped us. But we did all of the natural remedies that I knew of, and we really just could not kick it. So I am glad to say that both Kyle and I did get better from that really terrible cough, and with the help of antibiotics. So I am not opposed to leaning in on, Western medicine as needed. But anyways, navigating through all of that, and the thyroid and the cough and just summer and launching my new program, Holistic Mama Society, and serving my clients first, I've taken that step back from the podcast. And don't you worry, the podcast is not going anywhere, but I wanted to just give you that update so you know what's going on and where I've been. I've been very active over on Instagram. So if you are not following me yet on Instagram, I really highly suggest that you do that. Get over there, follow my stories, get inspiration, see what I'm doing with Beauty Counter, my clean beauty business, my advocacy work with them, see what I'm eating mostly on a daily basis. I try to share that. Sometimes I share recipes in there. And then also make sure that you do go to my website, theurbanpharmacy.com. HERBANFARMACY, theurbanpharmacy.com, and upload my new summer recipe book. It basically highlights all of the produce that is in season during this time. And it is 6 delicious recipes that I know that you will absolutely love using the abundance of summer produce. So I have been busy. Again, the podcast has taken the back burner, but I promise you, we are going nowhere with this podcast. We are only going up. And I really do appreciate your reviews, your shares, and you listening to this podcast, because as a health professional, it is really my purpose to help specifically women, manifest the life that they want and to feel well and to step into their ideal existence. And we all know that without our health, which is our greatest wealth, we can't do that. And so I really truly show up for you to serve and to help you become a better person, just 1% better every day, which is what I teach my clients to do, and to make sure that we are prioritizing our health. And if you can share this podcast, it really does help to get the word out, to help people live a lower tox life with a better mindset, and really prioritize nutrition and self-care. And your support really does mean the world. So with that said, let's kind of go back to my thyroid and the lifestyle that I used to live. Let's kind of just take it back to 2016 or 2015 is when I found out that I had thyroid issues. And I will tell you that during that time, it was actually a very stressful time in my life. I was a Pilates studio owner, and basically we could just, without giving you too many details, I can tell you I was I was fatigued and struggling from what they would call adrenal fatigue and burnout. In addition to that, at that moment, I quit my birth control pill that I was on for over 15 years. And basically right then and during that time of stress in my life was when my thyroid basically crashed. And, I had been down the path of I had reduced my toxins for a few years prior to that. And then I had cleaned up my diet many years before that, probably like 7 years before that, if I'm trying to do the math really quickly in my head. And, but before that, before I cleaned up my diet, I was living a lifestyle of dietary excess, processed foods. I smoked cigarettes. I was on Adderall, but I abused it. I stayed up late. I did not prioritize myself. I had a horrible body image issue. I was eating fast food, processed food, tons of animal products on the daily. I would base my meals around, okay, what animal product am I going to eat now? Right? Like, is it going to be fish? Is it going to be eggs? Is it going to be steak? Is it going to be, hamburger, chicken? Like, what animal protein am I going to eat? And then, the rest would be like, oh, okay, then I'll throw in a vegetable there. Or maybe I'll have some rice there. Right. But like, I was living a lifestyle of non-health. And, gosh, what else did I do? I was on Zoloft because this was way back, but I'm just kind of telling you before I went through my whole food plant-based transition, it was really kind of a decade of just kind of leading into it. And then, but prior to that, I was on Zoloft. I had anxiety. I did have obsessive compulsive disorder. I was eating all of the food colorants. I was having a ton of sugar. I was eating a lot of saturated fat, processed foods, junk, Lunchables, just junk, tons of bagels with cream cheese, and just you name it. I did it. I partied. I had so much alcohol, and it was just not a good lifestyle. And I will tell you, the reason why I show up with such passion is because I have walked in those shoes. The reason why I really love to help women, especially that struggle with addiction or, emotional or eating issues, processed food addiction and stuff like that, is because I've been there. I used to smoke cigarettes. I understand what it feels like to be addicted. I understand what it feels like to eat the standard American diet and not prioritize our health. I understand what it feels like to be, to not move my body and to not know what it feels like to connect my mind to my body and to not get outside and breathe the fresh air and to garden and to connect with the earth and to honor the earth and, to preserve the herbs and to feel, I know what it feels like, but now my whole entire life has changed, and it's been 20 years in the making. It really has been 20 years in the making. I would say it really started, my whole shift kind of started at the age of 19, where I started to grow out of the bad habits, but it's been such a journey. And I am so passionate about helping women feel better in their own body because I have been through it all. And I just don't think that most people know that. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of my story, a little bit of my past, and to give you that bird's eye view of what my life has been like, because I want to give you hope. I want to give you inspiration, and for you to know that your life can 100% change. And it all starts with your decision to change. It all starts with your decision to invest time or money into yourself so that you can have the support and the necessary tools that you need to make that shift. And that is why the Urban Pharmacy started. That is why I started my blog. That is why I started my Instagram handle, which used to be called Stacey Heine Living, but then evolved into the Urban Pharmacy, which is my brand today. And I wanted to give you that message. I wanted to share with you my story, and to just give you that space to learn about me, because I don't think I have shared my story enough. So that's a little bit of it, without getting too detailed, but I hope that you enjoyed that story. And now that we've given you some past and some current, let's talk about what's in the future of the Urban Pharmacy, and what you can expect. So I last year launched a program called Holistic Entrepreneur Society. It was my higher ticket program. It has one-on-one calls. It has unlimited Voxer access. And then it has, weekly calls to help specifically women that are in business to level up their business, but to also really prioritize their health. And so what we've done in this program is really lean in on the health aspect of it. And then I just, like I told you recently, launched Holistic Mama Society. So Holistic Mama Society basically has kind of been like, it's been part of Holistic Entrepreneur Society, without getting overwhelming to you and you trying to really learn all these details. Basically, clients of Holistic Entrepreneur Society have access to Holistic Mama Society, and we've kind of melded them together. However, the HES program, which is my higher ticket offer, has the one-on-one touch points with my one-on-one calls and additional mindset calls and business training. And I will just be transparent with you. Holistic Entrepreneur Society doors are actually closing. And what we're going to be doing is just offering Holistic Mama Society, which is really leaning in on that low tox lifestyle, that plant-based lifestyle, the positive mindset lifestyle, the more natural living lifestyle, the lifestyle that I live. And offering that to you for a price point of $149 per month. That is the current price. Now, if you're listening to this later on, maybe a year from now, the price might have changed, but that's what it is currently. And it's a lower ticket offer for women that are ready to take control of their health and to step into a better way of living. So there's a huge support system there. We have a community group there, and you do have an option to upgrade and speak with me one-on-one whenever you want to within Holistic Mama Society. So I'm going to keep that will stay on my website. It's going nowhere. Holistic Mama Society is where we will be focusing most of our energy moving forward. And then I also do absolutely have one-on-one wellness mentorship. So for people who do need help, even though I'm closing the doors to Holistic Entrepreneur Society, I'm not taking new clients for that anymore. I will be offering 12-week one-on-one mentorship for women that want to absolutely prioritize themselves, for those that want to transition to plant-based eating, for those that want to kind of do a home overhaul of reducing their toxins, etc. It's a more tailored situation where it's 12 weeks of you and I working one-on-one together. And that is going to stay and remain. But then also, if you are a business owner and you have been looking at Holistic Entrepreneur Society and you just haven't bit the bullet yet, and are sad to know that the doors are closing for that, you and I can work on a one-on-one situation. And basically you would just need to buy the 12-week program with me, and we can basically work on business if you would rather do that. Or we could do a hybrid of business and wellness. And I will tell you, I absolutely am passionate about helping women be successful in their business. And a lot of it has to do with mindset. And that is also true with wellness too. So wellness, business, whatever endeavor you're going on or going through at this moment in time, I hope you realize how absolutely imperative having a positive and abundant mindset is to your growth and to your success. And I really do help women work through those pieces. And so that is why I have that 12-week one-on-one deep dive option because it's very tailored to exactly what you need. So that is what's happening right now in the Urban Pharmacy. That is a little bit of my story, and that is what's going on for the future of my brand. I will also let you know that I am active over on YouTube now. Cohen and I cook, my son and I cook, and I will be growing that platform as well. So make sure that you follow us over there. I think I've given you all of the details of how to stay in touch with me. And I hope that you take advantage of the free summer produce recipe guide. I'll be doing a seasonal recipe guide moving forward. So you can always sign up for that on the pop-up on my website. So I hope that you have a great rest of your day. We will be back for episodes on the Urban Pharmacy podcast. Just give me some time to get that organized. I do have some interviews lined up, and I will talk to you soon, my friend. Be well.
I'm over here cheering you on because you just finished another episode of The Urban Pharmacy. For today's show notes, head on over to theurbanpharmacy.com and be sure to join us inside our private Facebook group called The Urban Pharmacy, where we share inspiration, live trainings, and holistic living tips to help you build community and the healthy lifestyle that you've always wanted. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button and please consider leaving us a 5-star review. Before we connect again on the next show, follow me on Instagram at The Urban Pharmacy. That's urban with an H and pharmacy with an F. And I can't wait to hear your wellness journey as we get to know each other better. You know, there's truly no better time than now to level up your life. And I am so proud of you for showing up today. Until next time, be well, Health Crusader.